Starbucks. You guys are in big trouble. You guys are in big trouble, and you guys do not know how to read the room. And now you're like, what? Yep, you guys do not need to know how to read people, know who your target is. And in this video, we're going to go over it because there's some things you can do to get me as a customer back into the store. And now you're like, what? Why? I used to go there all the time. Now, stop going since like 6, 7, 8 months. Just stop going. The value proposition's not there. And now, not only do I know it, a lot of other people know it because you're not going to release any guidance on how many coffees you're going to sell because you do not know either. So I did an experiment and I said, where can I get something affordable and valuable that is just like it, that, I can just on the road, I'm thinking about getting or not. So I'm looking at it like, what can I get for Starbucks? What can I get as compared to Starbucks drinks? So what I did was I went and got an iced chai tea latte. This was $6.45. So this was $6. It came with taxes, was like, let me get the receipt so I know exactly what I'm talking about. The receipt came down to $6.75 and the total was $7.32. Here's the receipt. Hope you can see this. Yep, $7.32. Now, I went to McDonald's and see what can I get for the same amount. And I'm actually shocked. And McDonald's was also in the news before about saying that we're priced too high and we can't do it. We're losing customers. So first of all, I got a drink, right? You got to get the drink because what's a comparison without it? I didn't get the iced coffee because I was like, can't do it. So got the coffee there. And now let's see what kind of bag I got. What I got in my bag. So in my bag right here, let's see what I got. I got 4 chicken nuggets. I got a Mac double. And I got some fries and napkins. So now, how much did all this cost? That costed $5.42, according to the receipt. So now, let's look at it. $5, French fries, this, compared to $7 for this. And if you haven't liked these kind of reviews, subscribe, baby. Okay, back to it. So, you get all these things. It's kind of hard with one hand holding the camera and doing all this. But you kind of get how this is looking. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Here we go. For these people that constantly say, I hate stuff. No, I don't. I love it. I just can't eat it because I'd be 300 pounds. No, absolutely love it. So, what's the issue? Gosh, it's actually good too. That's the problem. And for Starbucks, there's people that say, I hate it. Absolutely love it too. But I can't just always keep eating all this stuff because it's just so bad for you. With all this sugar, I don't even know how much. But hey, that's just one thing. So back to the numbers. If you are Starbucks or anything else, you need to have the 3 rules that I constantly talk about and you need to master them. And you lose focus and you lose all these crazy out of sightness when you're starting to grow to this big conglomerate because these executives hang out with other executives that lose touch with reality. So let me put all this stuff away and then I'll talk about a few more of my thoughts. So back to my video. When you are a customer and you're gonna go shop at any kind of store, you need to know that this is going to cost you something, money, and in order to exchange for money, unless it was gifted to you through inheritance or something else, you had to work for that. And when you're looking at it, I love to look at it from a place of, hey, how much effort did I have to put into this exact food or if this experience or whatever it is? And it has to make financial sense. And some people said, oh, buying Starbucks is an emotional, an emotional an emotional purchase. And I kind of get that because if you're thinking about it, $7 for a cup of coffee, yeah, it was like their seasonal drink and all that. It is still a lot of money when you think about it. When you look at my state's average wage that they make, it's about 15 to 20 bucks an hour. So if you are anywhere in Nevada and you're making the average person, right? And not everybody can be above average. So then all of a sudden, you're going to have to work an hour or half an hour just for your cup of coffee. And is that cup of coffee that I was actually drinking worth the 30 minutes you worked? And if I'd phrase it to you like that, you'd probably tell me no. And I'm interested for your opinion. Is this worth it to you to spend that kind of money? So if you're making 20 bucks an hour, is it worth spending half an hour of your workday to get that coffee? And now, during a drive-through, right? We went to the drive-through. I'm looking at, is this a good quality product? Does Starbucks have a good quality product? Yeah. Does it have good customer service? Yeah. Availability is good too. But now we're in an interesting round where a good product and it's too pricey because I do not think that just because it's a good product that people are going to buy it because the price needs to be right. And so when you're spending $7 on a cup of coffee, how many people can actually do that? Or you're going to go like a lot of you guys did in the comments last time. I'm just going to go to Dunkin' Donuts. And when you're going to go to Dunkin' Donuts and spend $2 on the exact similar coffee, quality, probably opinion based, who's better, who's not, but you're spending $5 less. That is almost, depending on where you live, 2 gallons or 1.5 gallon of gas. So that can get you 30, 40 miles. So all of a sudden you're looking at, hey, if I don't get my coffee, I can actually use that money to buy gas and can then go go to and from work and actually have that paid for because I bought my coffee at Dunkin' and not at any other place. And they're like, well, this is logical. Just because it's logic doesn't mean it's common practice, right? Because everybody knows getting in debt is bad. And they all kind of know that you should eat healthy and do things, but we still go get these junk food and it still tastes delicious. At least what I think. It's like, man. And this is also what I think is an issue when it comes to Starbucks. So I read a little bit, I went down the rabbit hole on Reddit a little bit to see if Americans or how to fix Starbucks. And people said very interesting stuff. So some of the people said that they should actually do more of the service. They need to invest in the experience. So when you go, then you're gonna go and they're gonna pour it over and they're gonna show you something and they're gonna revamp their interiors and make it all nice and fancy again. So when you're gonna come, you're gonna have a good time and do all that. And I would say that's only half of the equation. I think there's times and places for everything. So when I'm looking at in today's world where we're at and where the economy is heading, people just don't have the extra money, regardless of how nice it is on the inside. And when you have a nice interior and it's all nicely done and it's a nice atmosphere, that is great. But right now, in times like this, where there's so many layoffs, so many things, coffee becomes a luxury item because you can make coffee at home. And making it at home, the bear of actually making good coffee at home, you can make one. I saw coffee makers online at Amazon for about 20 bucks. So you can make some pretty decent coffee with 20 bucks. And then you just buy the beans. And then you can make it at home. So every barista's competitor is actually at home because you can just make the thing yourself at your own home and it will save you so much money. And you can then most likely save money in the long run. So it's going to cost you probably 3 times going to Starbucks to buy the machine at home and then just buy the normal coffee. So now you're like, wow. And that is why I think all these people at Starbucks are now running around headless like chickens in their offices saying sales are plummeting. Because what can you do? You can't do anything unless you fix the price issue. Because for most common Americans, it is just not affordable. So you're catering to luxury brands, to luxury, your luxury convenience, your luxury item. And then when you're a luxury item, let's look at luxury stores, right? If you're Gucci or Louis Vuitton, you're one of these premium brands, they're not everywhere. They're not on the freeway. They're not in the middle of nowhere, Arkansas, or in the middle of Louisiana, or in the middle of Florida. No, no, they're in Orlando, Miami, Vegas, New York, where there is a luxury market. And Starbucks everywhere. So you cannot classify or make yourself this luxury brand because you're so everywhere. So you can make the luxury chicness kind of feel, and you still gotta have this kind of prices because it is just who these your target audience is gonna say, hey, if I want to go to Aspen and gonna go skiing or something, I'm not gonna think about Starbucks. I'm gonna think about nice little chalet, nice little snowy thing, and probably a local spot is way better than Starbucks. So I don't know who's really, really rich and it's gonna be like, yeah, Starbucks my spot. I don't think that. I don't think that there's a lot of people that say, yeah, I go there every day and that's where I get my coffee from and do all that. So if you are, let me know in the comments below because it's just not, I just don't see it. And now when they're saying that, oh, we're not even going to get forecasts for numbers and all this other stuff, I get why, because it is just so unpredictable. And when you have to, when Americans are saying that they got to save money, do all these kind of things, and make sure that they get by, what's easier to even cut out than actually eating out? It is your coffee runs, right? Because Starbucks isn't a necessity. But eating out, you kind of need to eat food, right? But what would you rather do? Cut out your coffee or you're eating out dinner at McDonald's or somewhere else? And now you're looking at, hey, $2 cheaper. You can go to McDonald's, get a whole full blown meal rather than just $7 in coffee. So it's actually $2 more. And with that one, you got a drink, you got everything. And I didn't know if I should ask for a coffee because that sugar, in the Coke and in that chai tea is just so much. I couldn't even drink it. But it is just where the world is going towards. You gotta be price competitive. And I think years ago, Starbucks was way more price competitive because I remember you can get something in Florida. And when I used to go there during summertime, when I was in college, I remember I used to go to the outlet malls and I bought something for $4.90. It was like a big venti frappe. And now I don't think you can't get a venti frappe for $4.90. I think now it's like $7. And it's just brutal when you're looking at spending $7 on it. And at one point, it's just too much. The price pressure is too much. And it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And I noticed that because I looked at my bank statement and I see how many times I reloaded my card because I can go through and I see, hey, through my emails, hey, you just reloaded your card for 25 bucks. And at the beginning, like a few years ago, because I have like 5,000 emails, it was way less. It was like, what's like twice a month. Then it became 3, 4 times a month. And then like 6, 7 months ago, it was every week that I've loaded it up with $25 to $30. So I spent about $100 a month on Starbucks. So they lost me with spending $100 a month. How many people do you think they're actually losing just like me spending hundreds of dollars a month on it? What do I do with that money now? I invest it. I do other things. I buy coffee at home. I do other stuff. And frankly, I don't miss it at all. And the sugar thing is another thing that really bugged me. Actually, more Allie than me that said, you got to really cut the sugary stuff out. And so that was one reason why I didn't do it anymore because it's not the money too much. It's just like when you think about it, it's just too much. So super curious to hear what you think. Let me know if that makes sense. And yeah, I mean, if you haven't, please like and subscribe. If you want to join the community, click the link down below and join the community. And it's $2.90. So if you want to see videos earlier, if you want to have conversations and all that other stuff, and heading to Florida on Saturday. So I'm going to make some videos seeing how Florida is. I'm going to go to where the hurricane was and all this other stuff. I'm also back from Arizona. Arizona was super cool. Gonna tell you about my Airbnb experience. That video is also coming up. That one's gonna be for my members only family. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, what topic I should cover. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.